Sorry everyone, a little bit of last minute fine-tuning there. Good evening, this is Sir Charles, the Eclectic Geek here. We've got a new project starting up tonight. It is the Infinity Gauntlet. As I showed off the box last week, as we were finishing up the great R2-D2, I was able to get this bad boy in the last week or so. Very, very happy with this. It looks like it's going to be absolutely beautiful. It's going to be a very fun build. Going to be having a good time with this. Much smaller than R2 by about a quarter. 590, 600 pieces total. 3 bag sets. So we'll do 1, maybe 2 bag sets tonight. Play it by ear. Almost definitely 2 bag sets, I think. We'll see. Maybe we'll rock through the 3rd. Maybe I'll save it for the following week, and then maybe do a small set after that, possibly next week too. We'll kind of go at the seat of my pants and see what I feel like doing, basically. We'll see. Anyway, so that's what we're going to be going with tonight. So yeah, again, this is going to be a lot of fun. For those of you who have not seen one of these busts done before, similar to like Carnage and the Scout Trooper I've got over my shoulder here, these guys are a lot different than your standard Lego build. What I like in the instruction manual here is with the 3 bag sets, you've got the step-by-step of how you have each of the different bags going along. And as you can see, obviously with bag set 1 there, it doesn't look at all like the Gauntlet. Really 2, you can barely even see any of the gold. It's not until you obviously complete the entire thing that you really see what it is you're gonna end up with in the end. But it's gonna be a very interesting build. We're building the support structure for the entirety of the first bag to just hold the thing up. And so with that said, we'll go ahead and get started. So let's go ahead and get a top-down view going here, and we'll go ahead and begin. So as you can see, I obviously spread things out already. So we're going to be starting with a 4, 8, a 10 with an 8 on top of him. So there's the 10 with the 8 going on top of him, centered up. And then this guy is going to get a pair of other 10s with 8s, but these guys are going to get reversed. And these guys are actually going to go on the bottom. And form a C, effectively. Which is just going to be basically the main base that we're going to be building off of here. So we're going to now close off the front of this with the last of the black 1x10 plates. Grab a pair of 1x3 plates to go on each side here. And grab a 2x2 plate and a 1x2 plate. That'll go underneath the front of him, and it'll end up going on the front there, which will eventually be the location where we're going to put the nameplate for the actual gauntlet. And there's the main base of the whole thing. Alright, so now we're going to build up from the interior, so I'll set that off to the side for the moment here. We'll start by this 6x6 beige. We need 4 blue 1x1 circular pieces here. Let's grab these guys. We need one of these 4x3 angled pieces. And this black 4x4 that will be attaching some Technic stuff to in a little bit. In fact, you can see like one of the parts we're going to be using here, which will end up being the main superstructure as we go vertical with this guy in a little bit. So we'll flip this guy over, and these blue pieces are going to go into the four corners. And basically this is going to allow the plate to level off when we put this guy in the middle of this guy in a few minutes. Alright. Now with him orientated like such, we're going to center him up. And with these three off to the left, we're going to take this angle piece and have him opposite the three on the other side. Now, since we got this 2x2 orientated to the front, this guy goes off here. He gets centered up all the way around like such. And that's how we know we've got him orientated correctly. Alright, now we're going to grab a bunch of more of these angled pieces. We've got two more of these 4x3 angles. And then 4 of these corner angled pieces. 1, 2, 3, and there's the fourth one. And basically we're going to build out almost the entirety of this base, except for this one side over here where we've got these three holes still open. This is where the Technic little bit is going to come in a little bit. So it'll be the nice pretty base that we're dealing with here. Alright, now these two gray ones I was kind of indicating a few moments ago, these guys are going to end up going right in the middle here, and they're going to end up being held in place by this gray piece that's just a plus. It's not really Technic or anything. It's not going to be clicking into place. It's just going to hold it there very, very simply. So for the time being, it's actually going to flop around very, very loosely. Holding this at an angle intentionally, because if I did flip this over, that black pin I just put in would just fall right out. So thought I had a page stuck together there. Don't. I'm good. We'll take this last 4x3 plate, putting him into place. He'll pin the pin into place. Not really meaning a pun there, of course. I'm going to go ahead and grab... Where are you? These two pieces, which I wouldn't even know really what to call them. They're two pieces that when they go together, it'll snap into place, and it'll be a little lever you can lift up and down. This will end up having the little display plate that we'll put on it that'll actually just simply say, Infinity Gauntlet. So he'll go right in the front of this guy here. So, again, that'll have the little display plate on it in a little bit. Alright. So now, instead of using Technic and whatnot to hold this guy in place, what we're going to do is we're actually just going to start building up pieces around it. So the first thing we're going to do is grab 4 of these smaller black angled pieces, and we're going to start around the 4 corners here. So as the higher we build up, literally the less plate this is going to have to move around. So once those 4 are in place, next ones we're going to do are grab these slightly taller angled pieces. One, 2, 3, and 4. And again, as you can see, the higher we go, the less play this guy has. Now we're going to grab 4 of these 1x2 bricks that are double tall. Now instead of taking 2 bricks and putting them on top of each other, these guys are double tall, molded and made this way, so it's not going to be snapping apart. They're going to be just that much stronger structurally. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Oops, I pushed a little too hard on that side. And again, we've just got that much less play. And now to hold all of this even more solidly in place, we've got a solid black plate square, which goes on top of all of it. Everything is nice and locked in place now. Barely any movement to this guy. Alright, now, to put a little decoration on the top of this guy, I'm going to grab a pair of 1x4 flat plates and a pair of 1x2 studded plates. Okay, so the studded plates will go on the sides, and the flat plates will go on the front and back respectively. And then on top of the studded ones we just put on there, we've got 4 of these 1x1 double heights that have a pair of studs coming out the sides, front and back. So, one will go front on each side. One will go on back each side. I'll square it up to make sure they're solidly back to each other. And that's what we want that to look like. So we've got the studs coming out there. Alright, now here's where we're going to get the last of the wiggle to go away from these nice tall pieces. We're going to take 2 1x2 bricks that have the pluses in them, put that on each side here, and right through the middle we're going to take 1 more of these pegs that are plus shaped right through, I know somebody's going to have a field day with this later, right through the plus hole, and is the perfect length to hold everything in place. Now we have quite literally 0 wiggle. That is not going anywhere. Perfect. So you can see already we've got one relatively tall, quite sturdy stand, very solid base, and that took all of what, 12 minutes to make that. Not bad. Alright, I'm going to set this off to the side. We've got a whole little sub-assembly going on here, which is basically sitting on top of that thing. So let's start with a 2x4 beige plate. We're going to flip over and put a pair of 1x2 black plates underneath it, which will then flip back over and then take 4 of these white right angle pieces that'll actually allow us to put studs over the side, so we'll be able to actually attach stuff on the side of this guy as well. So from the middles and the front and the back, that's what we're looking at here. Alright, we'll throw another beige 2x4 on top of it to lock everything into place. We'll grab this 2x4 brick, give it a little bit more height, and then also to offer us the ability to attach even more studs on here, we got another right angle piece, but instead of these white ones being only 1 stud tall, we got these beige ones that are going to be 2 studs tall to give us more connection points. And we'll just follow that right around. Alright. Now, on each end of this guy, we're going to take what looks like a pair of light gray 2x2s, and then 1, 2, 3, 4 white 1x2s where it's a stud and a clamp. So put a pair of them on each one of these. And each left and right side are going to get a pair with the clamp going on the bottom. I feel like I want to make a Futurama joke. Clamp this! My Futurama is very, very rusty. I apologize for that. Alright. Alright, so it looks like we've got everything here. We've got 2 of those, 2 of those, 4 of those, 4 of those, 4 of those, 2 and 1. Yep. Alright, so everything is all in place. Okay, so now this guy, we simply attach the top. And we're just that much taller on the stand now. Alright. Moving on. We've got 3 dark gray right angles, but instead of going down like those others did, these are going to go up. And then we've got a red right angle 2 tall that's going to go up as well. Now the red one goes off the back, opposite of this guy here, so he's going off the back. Oops. Oh fudge. Ah, there we go, fix that. Again, I pinched this too tightly in the middle here and popped these couple pieces here loose, but thankfully I was able to get that back into place. Alright, these other 3 are going to go right around the middle here. And that's all formed up. Okay, next, we got a whole nother little sub-assembly going off the top. So again, I'll set that guy off to the side. We're going to start with this 2x4 brick and put a 2x2 plate centered on top of him. He's going to get another one of these dark gray right angled going up ones. If I could not drop it, that would help. And then a 1x2 blue, a little color variation here. I like when they throw that in. Alright, coming up from here, we're going to have a 2x2 round piece. Because again, hey, why not? Moving on.
Hi, Charlie.
Oh, hey, Heather. How you doing, dear?
I'm doing all right. I just
Good.
finished dinner. So.
Cool. All right. Where we have the 1x1 bricks with double studs, we got another 4 of these guys, mirroring the back-to-back we had before. So we'll pop those on left and right here also, with the studs also going front and back, not off to the sides. Okay, now to secure all that in place, we go with a 2x4 beige plate to lock it all down. Alright. We're going to now need a pair of dark gray right angles. With another one of these beige right angles that just gives us the front studs here to connect to. Alright, and now we're going to go up again with another 2x2 black. Some interesting side pieces we'll be connecting to later. These tend to have some kind of a ball joint. It looks like it's probably going to be, this guy will be connecting into at some point later. Alright. Those get locked into place with another beige 2x4. Now on the front of this guy we get another one of these, pair of these white 1x2s with the clamps. And with that, this little subassembly is complete, and he just keeps growing taller and taller. So, that's where we're up to so far. I have a lot of stuff we'll be building onto this later. Alright. So, onto this guy. We've got 4 more of these white 1x2s with the clamps. We've got 2 going on this side with the clamp going up this time instead of down. And then mirrored on the other side. And then we're flipping it around to the back this time. We've got a little sub-assembly going with a 2x6 plate, with a 2x4 gray, and 4 more of these white clamps. Good lord. They really like this piece in this set, apparently. I haven't seen this one used in a while, and it's showing up all over the place here. Wow. Alrighty. 1, 2, 3, 4. Alright, looks like this guy's gonna go right up the back. Right along here. Oh, fudge. Just took the whole bottom half off. Alright. That's definitely a little bit of a weak point right there, I notice. I'll have to be careful for that. Interesting. That's a little bit of a design flaw. Okay. I gotta be careful. Alright. Moving along. We're now going to grab a beige 2x4 and a light gray 2x4. And what appears the last 4 of these 1x2 white clamps. 1, 2, 3, and 4. And these are going on the front of this guy with this orientation. Alright. Now, we're actually going asymmetrical now. Of course I dropped a piece, naturally. Knew it was going to happen sooner or later. Hey, where'd you go? There you are. Always hate it when gravity gets in the way. Alright. So, this 2x2 half plate, and then this 2x3 is actually going to have him now sticking off the side. But then again, I guess it makes sense. The hand's not perfectly symmetrical, so it's time for that to start becoming unbalanced. Alright. Now, we're going to build another little piece here. Grab this red right angle and put a blue 1x2 on here. This 1x2 side-studded brick will then get him flipped around with a 2x2 black plate. Then a 1x4 light brown with a 1x2 blue underneath him. Yep, that's all the right pieces. I feel like I'm missing something here. Oh, I guess that's everything. Okay. Interesting. Alright. Okay. So I've got 2 of these beige double tall bricks with studs off the side. And then one of these gray with studs off the sides and the front. And apparently the thunderstorms are moving in. I can hear them coming. Okay. Well, if my stream suddenly stops, my internet may get knocked out, so don't be surprised. Okay. Alright. So, these guys are going to... Well, at least some of them are going to get locked in place with another 2x4 beige. Then I've got a 1x2 with a wrecking ball sticking off the side, I guess. Again, going to be interesting to see what that ends up building up to be. It's always fun to see why they actually do. Yeah, there's that thunderstorm. Goodness gracious. Alright. On to 25. Alright, so we've got a 2x4 regular shaped brick. Then we've got a 1x2 brick that, for whatever reason, they decided to make it an oddly indented one. Whatever. Okay. So now we're going to make some odd, long, skinny pieces. So we need 4 of these. And we need 4 of these. And 4 of these. Okay. So 4 1x4 with studs, going to the 1x8 flats, and then this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, going to the 1x12s, like such. So, need 4 of these guys. A lot of different ways you can always put these together, and of course, there goes another piece. This is going to be the night of the dropsies, apparently. Alright. I'll just resign myself to that fact right now, everyone. Sorry about that. Heather, feel free to start laughing at me anytime you want now.
You're fine. You're dropping stuff tonight, are you?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm doing some work updates. I feel pretty clunky. It's a clunky night.
Apparently when I took the Legos out, I must have greased them or something. I don't know. Okay, so now it looks like the bottoms of these guys are going to align all the way down to the 1x4 flats I put in earlier. So I can actually place them all the way at the bottom, and they'll just snap right in, and then all the way up, and they just align perfectly. That's just amazing on the spacing. And that track just got really, really loud. We'll turn that one down a bit. Okay. That's cool. And the comment I made 5 minutes ago about this middle section becoming structurally unsound has now just been alleviated by these pieces. That just became a lot more stable. Okay. I feel much better about that middle section now. Okay, nice. Good, good, good. I'm feeling much better now. I'm a dork, I know. Anyway. Okay, so next we've got a 1x2 plate, and then a pair of these very unusual 2x2s that give you a bit of a right angle 1x2 off of them. So it appears from the front, this one goes on first, then the 1x2 flat plate, and then the other one. That looks right. Okay. Alright, and now we're going to flip this guy around. We've got a 2x4 gray plate. We've got this very unusually shaped, I don't even want to know what kind of polygon to refer to that as. I got one of these, which he's going to connect to the 2x4 here. Then I've got a pair of these 1x2 angled pieces. So on the back here, he's going to secure in here from the looks of it. And then he goes next to him and next to him. But it looks like it goes down a level. Is that right? It looks right, but it almost looks like I also may have missed a step or a piece here. Let me go back and double check here. No, it looks correct. No, it does and it doesn't look correct. Well, we'll see when I finish this bag if I have any pieces left. We'll know in a few minutes. Okay. Moving on. Alright, we got a 2x4 beige with a black 1x4, which are back around to the front now. He'll end up going here, it appears. We've got a what looks like basically I'm making a little pair of little arms. Just kind of cute. And the sockets I was pointing at before, that's exactly where these guys are going. Alright, so still working from the front here. We've got a 1x2 plate, a 1x2 brick, one more of these oddly shaped trapezoidal pieces, and this 1x4 curved, which gets the 1x2 plate inside of him. He's going to go on the right side. Here. The plate is going to go above the black that we put in. And then this 1x2 brick is going to go with a little extension we put in previously. And obviously we're building up to something because this is not complete yet. Ah, we got a gap being filled in right here, it looks like. Okay. 2x4 beige is getting a 2x2 raised piece here. Then getting a 1x4 brick with more pieces off to the side. Which again, how they built this whole thing up from the interior out is amazing to me, because the proportions on these Legos and the math and all this is just unbelievable. Everything just works with this stuff. It's so cool, I think. All right. Okay, we've got another little sub-assembly coming together here. We're starting with this 2x2 brick with a pair of 2x3 plates on top of it. We've got this 1x2 angled piece going in on the bottom. This 1x4 white with a 1x2 double clamp coming off the side here. Another angled piece going on the bottom here, from the looks of it. And then a double angled piece going on the bottom here. Got a 1x2 that's going to lock everything into place there. And this whole thing is going to connect somewhere here on the right hand side. And it looks like the oddly shaped polygon is going to line up with this 1x4 white piece, so that locks into place there. And all I have left is one extra of the blue things, which is an acceptable little extra. So bag set 1 is complete. Nice. Alright, that was way faster than I thought it would be, actually. Alright, I'm going to just go ahead and move right on to bag set 2 here. So, apologies for the noise. I wasn't planning on actually opening this. I thought that was going to take longer, so I also need to make sure I actually opened up the right bag set for a minute there. I would have opened up the wrong one, probably, knowing my luck. Alright, now the 2 tiny bags. It's a decent amount of little pieces, but we should get through those pretty quickly. And put these extras over on this side. Or this other bag, I'm sorry, on this side. Alright, on to bag 2. I'm going to start with a 4x8 dark gray with a... Now, this is one thing they do sometimes that I personally really don't like is... I'm looking at the book here. The book shows basically orange. This is orange in my eyes. I'm looking for a 1x4 flat plate. So that means, if I'm seeing this correctly, the only 1x4 flat plate I'm finding is this. That means moving forward, that Lego color is orange in this book. Yeah, I don't like that. That'll be fun. Not. Okay, yeah, that's definitely a criticism I have for that. Okay. Alright. Now I need a 1x4 beige and a 2x8 black. Then I'll get centered up. And am I doing one or two of these? Let me look here. Just one at the moment, it looks like. Okay. All right. I need a pair of basically these curved pieces that will go ahead and flank each side of it. And then two more of this color curved, which will be that one and this one, to go around the outside like this. And then with that goes a 4x6 of a darker beige that starts about there from the looks of things. All right, I need a pair of 2x4 beiges that mirror him on the left and right. Excuse me for a brief moment here. All right. With the two 2x4s in place, we now need another one of these 4x8s, and then a pair of these 3x3 angled pieces. Now, this guy is going to start, it looks like, all the way back here. Yeah, that looks correct. Yeah, with the angled pieces flanking him. Yeah, that looks correct. Good, good, good. All right, we got another pair of slightly smaller 2x2 angled pieces that'll go right on top of the 3x3s. And then of this darker beige, a 2x4 on top of him. Building off of that. All right. So now, of this darker beige, we need a 1x2, which will go right off the back here. We need an unusually shaped right angle of this gold orange, we'll call it, which will kind of make a little bit of a Y wing pattern. And then we'll need a pair of gray studs to fill in left and right. Looks good. All right, now we're going to kind of fill in the rest of this area here. So we need a gold home base, I'd call that personally. It looks like home base to me. We need a pair of 1x2s. Look like armor, which being a gauntlet, this does make sense. We'll go on each side of home plate. And then we need a pair of these that will go from the 1x2 we had before and down like such. Cool. All right. So now we're going to take these interestingly shaped wing pieces, it looks like. I'm going to grab a pair of right 1x4s. Pair of left 1x4s. And then two more that are kind of shield-ish shaped. Alright, so we're going to take this one with the right shield, flip him over, put that in place, put the other one there, and he's off centered like that, and he'll go on the right side here. Nice. What I like about that is actually grabbing onto the 2x4 that's on the bottom here. The 2x4 has actually been very loose this entire time, so this is good to finally grab onto him. So now we'll take this guy, grab him on the bottom. He's one off, and he'll grab there. We'll attach him on the right-hand side. And now we've got these 2x4 beiges I was talking about on the bottom being properly secured. I'm feeling much better about those now. They're ready to drop off. Okay, now these oddly shaped right angles ones I was talking about before. Need 4 more of these guys. And there's the 4th one. Cool. Alright, we're going to fill in this guy. Where are we going here? He's going to come starting off with the gray stud that I plugged in before. And then going the other direction. It's going to go like such. Okay. Now we're going to angle this guy slightly. We're going to take 8 of these angled pieces before that I used on that 1x2 to secure the top to the bottom piece. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Alright, we've got 1 on each side here. We've got 1 here. Oopsie. 4 across the back. And then one last one over here. And now we're going to flip this guy over. We've got 3 of these that will connect to the bottom, but then we'll give this double wide beam that I'm willing to bet any money that we're going to be having this connected to the clamps from those white 1x2s we were using before. Now, one of these guys is also going to get his own pair of clamps attached to him, actually. So this one is going to get centered up right there from the looks of things. And then he's going to flank him right behind him. So, how funny, kind of looks like the Millennium Falcon from the bottom. I mean, Disney, Marvel, they all own each other right now, so I guess it kind of makes sense, but hey. Anyway, alright. Okay. Flipping this guy back over. We've got this shield piece here. That's going to get attached to these two clamps we just attached. And that goes there. A little bit of play in the front there. And on the front of this guy, as I was just speculating, we've got these white ones here, this white one here. That's where everything's going to attach to. Cool. Alright. On to the next piece. We're kind of doing the same thing again for the most part, it looks like. Starting with the same 4x8 with another 1x4. Grabbing another 1x4 beige bricks. 2x8 black. Another pair of the curved wings on left and right. It's kind of rinse and repeat so far. Alright, we need the big curves on the outer sides. This time we're mixing it up a little. We got a blue 1x2 going kind of in the middle here. Now, this time we need a dark beige 4x6 being offset here. And here's where we really completely go different. Now we're going to flip it over. We still got the two 2x4s left and right like we had before. But now, we've got a pair of 1x6s that are going to come straight out from the gray. Like so. I'm just looking at the spacing. Yep, that's correct. So when we flip this guy back over, the dark beige 2x4s will straddle him and lock that right into place. Alright. So now I'm going to use the dark beige 1x6s with studs, 2x4 plate, and two of the 3x3 wings. So that'll go here and here. That'll go there and there. And that goes there. So we've got a little bit of a gap right in the middle there. Good. Yep, that lines up correctly. Okay, now we're going to get a pair of 1x2 dark beige, two of the funky right angle golds, oranges golds. Grab one more home plate that's over here, and two right triangles. And the right triangles are basically going to stick into this little gap here, butt up against each other. Hey, what do you know? Geometry's coming into play later in life. Teachers were right. Oh my goodness. Better not let them ever actually hear you say that. Okay. The 1x2s go there, and last but not least, home plate locks all that into place. Alright, looking good thus far. Dark gray 1x4 is going to build it up right here with these smaller 2x2 wings flanking him. Got a pair of 1x6 flats and two more of the 2x2 smaller wings going in a slightly different direction, coming down the inside this time. These will come down, the flats will come down like this, and then at the end of them we'll get another pair of these gold curved pieces to kind of close that off. Interesting. It's got definitely a different look to it than the other one did. Alright, now we're going to build a pair of those side wings like we did a moment ago. So, right, left, left. He's going to go there. That one's going to go there. That's going to go there. We need another pair of these 2x2 shields again. He'll go next to him and he'll get offset one. Oops. If I flip it over the right way, that helps. And then the 2x2 shield. So again, locking these bad boys into place. Right and left. Beautiful. All right. So now we've got a pair of very, very tiny 1x1 curved flats, another pair of the right angles. And by tiny, I mean really, really tiny. Purely, completely for cosmetic purposes. Okay, we've got 8 more of these 2-tiered gold pieces to just lock a bunch of stuff into place. 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. So left side, right side, back. 1, 2, 3, and 4. And then the right side on the back. And then we got 3 more of these gray ones across the bottom. Now this time we don't have those clamps across the top because this one's already all closed in. But now, where previously that was on the front, this time we're securing this guy on the back. Same manner. That's the back part of the gauntlet. All right. Now, we've got 2 more pieces to build here, so we're going to make them simultaneously. 4x8s. We'll start with 2x3 and 2x2 of the light beiges. These get offset on the left-hand side for 2x2s, and then the 2x3s go adjacent to them. next to these guys, we're going to get some more wings. So the wing is actually going to attach underneath the 2x2 that we attached a moment ago. So it's going to end up looking like such. We're now going to put an extra 2x3 on top of this. And then we got another home plate going at the base of this. Looks like we lost the music. Yeah, kick that off again. All right. With the home plate in place, we've got several more home plates actually stacking up. So they then tier like such, giving a nice little cascading effect there. I think that looks pretty sweet personally. And then at the top of each of those, we get a 1x2 of the same orange gold to kind of finish the look off. And now on each side of this, we're going to get a wing. So left side, right side. And left side, right side. Alright, flipping this guy over. We're gonna get a pair of 1x1s plates just to kind of close this off on the bottom here. And then a 2x4 to lock the bottoms of the wings in place. I was hoping something like that was coming because I was a little bit leery of how those were kind of just dangling off the bottom there. We've got a couple more of these gray 2x3 hinge components, which is how we're going to be attaching this whole doggone thing onto the actual stand itself, which is what we're going to do right now. So, the sides here, we've got the clamps that we attached previously. We've got the grays. Two clicks is a good sound. And 2 clicks is a good sound. So for those of you who have seen Infinity War, you can recognize this whole bottom portion now as the cuff of the gauntlet where Thanos puts his hand into. So that's what we got going on right there. So, alright, so got a few more pieces left here. We're going to grab these two 2x3s, put them next to each other, and put this round 2x2 on top of them. Eventually. Sooner or later. Or I'll just do this first, and then I'll grab the other one. That works too. We'll grab 2 1x1s and put them in the corners next to it. And once those are in place, we're going to take 2 more of these curved 1x1s And they'll go left and right. If I can get it orientated correctly, that'll help. There we go. And then we got still 4 more of these really big ones remaining. So first we'll put the bottom 2 down. And then on top of this guy, put the next 2. So effectively the next layer on top of it. And with those in place, we'll flip this bad boy over. Take the last of the silver clamps we have, attach it to the back here, and now looking at the front of this guy, you see we still got a gap in here. You still see one more set of the white 1x2s with the clamps. Slip this guy in there. I heard the click, my aim is true. And that's where we're at. With that, we've got the 1 blue from earlier. We've got 3 more of the 1x1 extra pieces that are standards, as I mentioned many times before. And that's it for bag set 2. So what I think I'm going to do then is next week we'll bag set 3. We will finish off the Infinity Gauntlet, and I might grab a little microfighter or some other very quick little build if I decide to do something a little more next week, because bag set 3 will definitely not take too terribly long, I would imagine. Otherwise, if anyone has questions or suggestions or anything, please feel free to give me an email. Questions@eclecticgeek.guru is the email address I have set up. So anyone has requests, suggestions, or whatnot, I'm always prone to them. I have decided that after Infinity Gauntlet, I will be doing Batman's Cowl. That's going to be the next one I'll be doing. I'm going to be doing a couple more of these busts. I've been wanting to get a bunch more of these lined up for quite some time now. After Batman, I'll probably be doing Venom and Carnage, most likely. A couple more of them. And going through several of those guys. After I do a few more of them, probably Old Yoda will be my next one. And coincidentally, Old Yoda should be about the same size roughly as R2-D2 was. So, for all intents and purposes, I basically got the next 2-3 months lined up here. So, but
I'm
if anyone has
excited
any
about Yoda.
I figured you might be.
Of course.
Yeah.
Of course.
Yeah. But if anyone has any questions or requests or anything, please feel free to let me know. I'm always taking suggestions and whatnot. But again, yes, I am Sir Charles, the Eclectic Geek, and I look forward to seeing you next time. Have a great evening. Bye-bye.